we celebrated Thanksgiving last Thursday, and I hope everyone had a great time and a great meal and had a fantastic time with family. Family is so important. Amen. Now, one of the biggest problems that some of us face after Thanksgiving is what to do with the what? Leftovers. Amen. Well, some people simply make turkey sandwiches or turkey soup. Some people say, I'm tired of turkey. Amen. Well, some people get creative. They make something I never even heard of, like mashed potato pancakes. Amen. With the leftover mashed potato. Now, I never had it. Don't know how it tastes, but I just leave it there. All right. But some people want to be, different. They don't want the turkey. Amen. They say, I want a ham. I want a ham. They going back to Dr. Seuss, green eggs and ham. Now, maybe y'all too, you don't, no, y'all don't know anything about that. All right. But they say that the ham, they can make ham and cheese sliders. Well, this morning I want to show you what Jesus did with his leftovers. Amen. Now, the incident will be found in John chapter 6, verses 1 through verse 14, if you decide to follow along. Right in the text. After everyone was full, Jesus told his disciples, now gather leftover so that nothing is wasted. So they picked up the pieces and filled how many baskets? 12 baskets with scraps left by the people who had eaten from the 5 barley loaves. When the people saw him do this miraculous sign, they exclaimed, surely he is the prophet we have been expecting. Amen. So that sometimes you may find, watch this, you will face insufficiency, but if you got a relationship with Jesus Christ, then you will be hooking with the master of sufficiency. Amen. Hallelujah. Let's look at point number 1. Let's get on into this. Watch this. Point number 1 is the scope of the problem. Say the scope of the problem. Now here we go. It says, after this, Jesus crossed over the far side of the Sea of Galilee, also known as the Sea of Tiberias. A huge crowd, everybody say huge crowd. A huge crowd kept following him wherever he went because they saw his miraculous signs as he healed the sick. Then Jesus climbed a hill and sat down with his disciples around him. It was nearly time for the Jewish Passover celebration. Jesus soon saw a huge crowd of people coming to look for him. Turning to Philip, he asked, what did he ask? Where can we buy bread to feed all these people? He was testing Philip. Y'all need to put that in your spirit. Jesus asked Philip. He didn't ask Peter. He didn't ask James. He didn't ask John. Why is that important? See, because we always look at those inner circle disciples. Jesus decided to focus on Philip. Maybe he was the disciple, or what we call the church administrator. Okay. So he decided to work on Philip a little bit, and he says, now, where can we buy bread to feed all these people? Now, being an administrator, it was saying he was testing him. Philip replied, even if we work for months. Y'all see that? Even if we worked for months, we wouldn't have enough money to do what? Feed them. Now let's dig into it. See, when Jesus confronted Philip, he was not trying to discover what Philip was thinking, since he already knew that. See, when watch this, you do realize the scriptures are not for us to look and say, man, Philip was having a bad day. No, you need to understand the scriptures are for us because sometimes God's going to test us. Oh, okay. Because I've taught you a faith that can't be tested is a faith that can't be. Okay, there you go. So yeah, go ahead. So what are you saying? So Philip teaches us, watch this, in this faith journey, not to have pessimistic faith. Don't be pessimistic about it. Don't be like, no, we just can't do that. Don't be pessimistic because see, Roy would tell you one of his favorite sermons this year is the will of God would never take you where the grace of God won't keep you. Most gladly, I would rather boast in my infirmities. Now, see, I haven't got there. Leah, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what Paul was saying? He's saying he got to the point that in his weaknesses, he began to boast. How many people boast about their weaknesses? Okay, that's tough, ain't it, Sean? See, when he prayed to God, that God removed the thorn, And God said, no, my grace is sufficient, my strength is made perfect in weakness. He said, so God, so what you saying is, when I'm weak, that means I'm showing you to be strong. So that means then I'm going to gladly boast in my weaknesses, because I want it to be all about you and not about anybody here. God, somebody just ask you, why you haven't lost your mind? How you still holding on? You was voted less likely to even make it, much more than less likely to succeed. Okay, I ain't talking about it. I'm in the wrong church, Mike. My friend, that the power of Christ may rest upon me. Point number 3. The sufficiency of the person, and we know what it is, Jesus Christ. Oh, I love this part. I love this part. So look what happened. John 16-14. So remember, he says, now listen, where is you going to go buy this? And you remember, Philip come with all of these logistical answers. Andrew brought the little boy lunch. He came and said, but how much that? So guess what? Jesus didn't fuss at him. He said, tell everyone to sit down. Now I want you to put yourself in the minds of the disciples. Jesus is now telling them, listen, how are we going to feed these people? We can't send them home, whatever. Your church administrator done told him it's pretty much impossible. Your other helper there done said pretty much, you got a little boy's lunch, but that ain't nothing. So he must have went back. What you got? The man, I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing. Huh? Man, the little boy, mama, mamas look out for them boys. Mama's the only one sending the little boy with a little something. Y'all got it? And so he says, watch this, tell everyone to sit down. So what you don't understand is, when he tells the disciples to tell the people to sit down, that means, watch this, the people saying, we getting ready to eat. But in the disciples' mind, they say, what in the world they gonna eat? They wondering, you gotta think, don't get too spiritual sometimes when you read the Bible, or we gonna look like boo-boo the fool. Because when we had the meeting, the only thing we had was what? 5 barley loaves and 2 fish, 2 little sardines. But Jesus said, tell the people to sit down. Jesus said, so they all sat down in grassy slope. So wait a minute. Watch this. This is what really blessed me. The disciples he told him, I'm going to put you in charge of this situation. But remember, they really didn't know how he was going to do it. But this blessed me, Sister Carter. It blessed me, Sister Pastor Carter. Their faith may have failed, but their obedience didn't. What's done lost his mind. But Jesus took the loaf, he gave thanks to God, and distributed, what it says, to the people. Okay? Now, watch this. I want you to see something. Afterward, he did the same with the fish. Now, before we get all happy, you got to see something. He takes the little barley loaves, the little dish, and he gives thanks, right? All right. And it says he took it and distributed. Now, understand, he just all of a sudden didn't go, and all of a sudden, everybody had food. He kept taking. Now, not only that, but he kept taking from those loaves, those little disc-like pieces of bread. He kept taking it and giving thanks and breaking it. And every time he broke it, it kept increasing. There's some things just won't increase until you break it.